stick together, if you stick it out, if you're courageous, if you're brave, are we ready to get class sizes in the MFT contract? Are we ready to get caseloads in the MFT contract? Are we ready to get mental health supports in the MFT contract? And our number one priority, are we ready to win living wages for ESPs in the Minneapolis public schools? That's right, and we're not in this fight alone. That's because we've been working like never before with teachers, ESPs, RSPs, SPFE, AFT, NEA, and the mighty, mighty Food Service Union SEIU 284. I tell you what, we've got a special mission here right now because those folks are in this nutrition center. They make food for our students, meals fed side by side in the pandemic, working shoulder to shoulder in a building that was not designed to take a pandemic. And you know what? The engineers were offered 0 and 0. Shame on them. It's all about how we're going to win for SEIU 284.
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This is what solidarity looks like. Woo! My name is Kelly Gibbons. I am the Executive Director of SEIU Local 84, and we represent 10,000 hourly school workers, and one of them is the people working behind us in the Nutrition Center. They were not allowed to come out here and talk. We wanted to have a special guest come out and speak to us. Some of our other members have been able to come out, and they are out here in the group of people here, and along with all of our staff came out to make sure that we fight and we get this shit done. I'm sorry. I keep saying we're tired of shit sandwiches. Who is tired of a shit sandwich and being told to like it? Years in SEIU. And that was when I was out on strike as a bus driver. And we fought to get what we needed as workers, and we won because we together side by side and made sure that the powers that be listened to us and understood what we needed in our workplace. And it is possible for you as well. It's been a long time coming, and change is about to happen. And Ed Graff, look out, because you don't mess with Minneapolis. We've heard they don't have any money. Yeah, boo-hoo-hoo, right? We know where that money is. At Graff, you make $220,000+ car allowance. You have 6 superintendents below you that all make 6 figures. Admin, food service, 7 admin a few years ago. They have 30 now, making over 6 figures. And yet our members are living in poverty. Taxpayers, I'm talking to you. You better get in this fight because we are fighting for your children and your communities to make sure that they have all they need to succeed in their classrooms. So let's go kick some ass.
Give it up for our food service workers. Look back there. I haven't cried once. I'm a blubbering baby right now. I'm a kindergarten teacher. My babies are everything to teacher chapter. And one of my favorite quotes by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is, "Power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic. Yesterday was the last day you are ever going to be in your classroom with love and no power." Everything changed today. Our city is different oh, sorry, okay. We have been in mediation for 120 hours. We've been negotiating for over a year. You all are relentless out here, and I promise we are relentless in there. This is a righteous fight we are in. Under no circumstance are we going to back down from our meager demands of ESPs earning a living wage, for class size caps, for mental health supports. The people at that negotiating table, in the name of the Minneapolis School Board, but they are not the Minneapolis School Board, are doing our city wrong. They do not deserve to be in those spaces destroying lives now. Day longer. One day longer. One day stronger. One day longer. One day stronger. What about the kids? Exactly. What about the kids? Exactly. What about the kids? I'm going to introduce someone who has had our back this entire time. This is our state president of Education Minnesota, Miss Denise Specht.
MFT, where are you? MFT, where are you? How about the FRIEND-FT? Where are you? Good afternoon, MFT. My name is Denise Specht. I'm president of Education Minnesota, representing 90,000 educators across this state. And guess what? Your fight is their fight. Your challenges are their challenges. Every single thing you are asking for in Minneapolis are the things that they are asking for in Black Duck, in Bloomington, in Blue Earth. All of these concerns are concerns with educators everywhere. And I thank you so much for lifting them up and having the courage and conviction to light this torch so we can pass it across the state. The time is now. The time is now. The time is now for accessible mental health supports for your students, for more time to teach for your special educators, for lower class sizes for one-on-one instruction, for recruitment and retention of teachers of color, and of course, a living wage for our ESPs, because one job is enough. One job is enough. One job is enough. That's right. And you know, I honestly... This is so hard. Why is this so hard? Why did it come to this? Ed, there are hundreds of thousands of dollars in this district from the feds. We've got a $9 billion state budget surplus sitting at the Capitol right now. We should not be here right now. But we are. And here we go. So we are going to bring it to the city of Minneapolis. We are going to bring it to the state of Minnesota. We will bring this justice to Minneapolis and to every school district in this state. We stand in solidarity with you. There will be no daylight between you and the rest of the members of Education Minnesota. Solidarity, MFT, solidarity.
Of a surplus. That's 9 billion reasons for you to be on the picket line again tomorrow if we don't reach a deal. And now we have our National Education Association president, who I give a call to and say, hey, we need support for some of our North Side students right now. We need support for some of our families. And she said, done. This is Becky Pringle. We are so honored honored to have her here and have
Minneapolis. The view from up here is magnificent. MFT, I am here to let you know you are not alone. Yeah, I bring with me the power and support of the 3 million members of the largest labor union in this country, the National Education Association. We are here today with you in solidarity because this is what we know. When we fight, when we fight, when we fight, that's what I'm talking about, Sean. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! We will not back down. We will not, because we are standing up for our students. We are standing up for our colleagues. We are standing up for this community, and we will not back down. You know, when I look out at you, you know what I think about? I'm going to tell you, Ellen. Settle down, Ellen. I'm going to tell you. I think about that labor leader who some call the most dangerous woman in America because she was not afraid of the pen or the scaffold or the shield. She would tell the truth wherever she pleased. What you do here in Minneapolis, you will tell the truth. Are you kidding me? You need to tell the truth. Having class sizes that don't allow you the one-to-one attention for your babies, you need to tell. Right now, you need to tell the truth. Now, you know, I'm a Philly girl. Yeah. And you know, we got a lot of spirit in Philly. Did you know that, Greta? But you know what? You know what I heard? I heard you all here in Minneapolis. You a tenacious bunch. I'm pretty sure when I ask you, what are you willing to do, you're going to say, whatever it takes. Let me hear you, MFT. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? We can't have our ESPs living below the poverty line. What are you willing to do? We can't have educators having 2 and 3 jobs. What are you willing to do? We can no longer stand for disrespect, for trying to do the jobs we love. What are you willing to do, MFT? That's what I thought. And you are not alone. We will stand up until this righteous fight is done. Go, fight, win!
NEA has our back! Woo! Thank you, President Kringle. We have a lot of people who have our back, and I was just looking out in this audience seeing some of our amazing bargaining team members who refuse to back down. And my sixth grade teacher, Mr. Moen, in this crowd. I see elected officials. I see our board members. I see our strike captains. None of this is possible without all of us on the ground, all of us having our back. And shout out to the strike. Oh, yes. And we have all these people wrapping their arms around us. I see former presidents who helped to get us where we are today. Thank you. American Federation of Teachers has our back. Almost too much. Randy calls me every... Randy... I name things that I never thought we could possibly have, and she says, done. These people have our backs 100% of the way. Randy Weingarten, we are so lucky to have you. Thank you for being here. She's going to say some words.
Are you ready to fight?
Okay, you know, I'm not sure that I heard you. Are you ready to fight? Exactly right. And you've been fighting for a very, very long time. We heard from Louise Sundin earlier today about the strike in 72, right? Was it 72? 70, sorry. You know, I'm a social studies teacher. I have watched, and I just want to say, it is so great to have Becky Pringle here with all of us. It is so great that this is a merged state and Denise Specht is here. It's so great to have Sean and Greta fighting as the leaders of all of you, and to have all the help around. This fight in Minnesota. I see some of the red hats from St. Paul. Congratulations, St. Paul, on the tentative agreement. Greta and Sean said it. This is a fight for the working class. This is a fight for opportunity, not for the hedge funders, but for the working class. This is a fight for our students who need their schools. Hurt by COVID and needs to have the recovery and the care and the compassion that you bring every single day to all of them. And I think about around the country right now, I think about the housing costs in places like Minneapolis and St. Paul. And I think about the ESPs like Michael and Elizabeth and what they need to do every single day to stay in these jobs because they want to work with kids instead of working at Target or Walmart. We owe the food service workers who every single day during COVID made sure that people are fed. We owe them a living wage. We owe the ESPs a living wage. How dare, in this country, the richest country in the world, we are paying ESPs $24,000 a year. And one of the things I think Becky and I have talked about, Denise and I have talked about, that we are really proud of about all of you is that everyone is standing for a living wage for our least paid workers.
COVID. But Minneapolis has gone through so much more harm and hurt. I was with Marsha, Howard, and others in George Floyd Square when the first verdict was told. That's not the first time Floyd's death, Floyd's murder, that there were issues of racism. But how the hell does this school district, particularly Mr. Graff and his cohorts, Miss Sullivan, and who's the other one, Mr. Moore, how is it that they about finding ways to deal with recruiting black and brown teachers, and then they have you on strike doing nothing about having a competitive salary? How dare they? You are the ones that bring opportunity and justice to Minneapolis, not Mr. Graff, Miss Sullivan, or Mr. Moore. The fact that they have you on strike, look, I'm from New York and I'm Jewish. There's a Yiddish word. The fact they have you on strike is a shanda. It's a shanda. You want to be in schools with our kids. Then you need the fairness to actually do the work. Smaller classes, mental health supports, and wages so you can stay in Minneapolis without working 2 or 3 jobs. And that's why you're on strike, and that is why your 2 national unions and your state union will walk the walk with you every day. And so last thing I'll say is this. When you have people like Sullivan, Moore, and Graff, they don't care. They don't care that you're out here. I heard from Greta and Sean. They should have been doing this weekend what St. Paul was doing this weekend. And instead, they kept on shouting at you. You are on strike for our future. You are on strike for opportunity. You are on strike for justice. And we will win. One day longer, one day stronger. 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 One day longer.
All right, we are in this fight together and we're going to win it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a few minutes, we're going to get this thing out and make sure Council Member Chavez for being out on the picket line.